Okay, we're going to go over number 3 from Formative Assessment 1 and then 2 other problems. So there's a piece of paper that you should have so that you can write down the notes to this. So the substitute will hand that out to you. You should be following along, and then you will do a retake of the formative assessment. Regardless if you missed 1, 2, or 4 questions, everybody will do a retake on it to help prepare for the test. So let's go through it together because this will be on the test. So we want to know, if x is -3, will this be true? So let's check. We have to replace x with -3. And we want to see if this is true. So we should have a little question mark above that equal sign because right now we have not shown that the 2 sides of the equation are equal. So we got to use our order of operations. We're still not sure if this is true. So we're still showing. So because the 2 sides do not equal each other, when you substitute x in, when you substitute -3 in for x, the equation is not true if x is -3. So you need to make sure you write that conclusion there. Okay, so make sure we write a sentence to justify your answer. So on the test, it's going to ask you to justify. So first we have to show the work, and then we have to say what it means. So the left side of the equation does not equal the right side, so x equals -3 is not the solution. So we can pause the video to make sure everybody has this written down. Okay, number 5 is also one that I wanted to go over. So we know we're going to have to use that distributive property, but it's going to make it easier if we simplify first. So we always want to look for the like terms inside that parentheses first. So 3x and -x. I'm going to rewrite them next to each other so I can see my like terms before I combine them. So we'll stop here and we can pause the video to make sure everybody has this written down and that there are no questions. Okay, we can always ask somebody else in class. I'm sure somebody can answer the question, or we can go back through my steps. So now we can use that distributive property. So we've got 4 times 2x plus 4 times 3. And this 5 is at the end, so simplify. And we still need to simplify before we can move on. So again, let's stop here to make sure there aren't any questions and that we're following along. So now we're back to the same old step that we're used to. We got to subtract 17 from both sides. So that now we have 0 there. And now divide both sides by 8. And I believe in the directions, it says to write your answer as a simplified fraction. So x is greater than or equal to -3/2. So now we have an inequality that we want to see if x is equals 2 is a solution. So for inequalities, there's a many solutions, but we want to know if this particular one is a solution. So let's check. So we got to replace x with 2. And we want to see if this is true. So we're still not sure if it is, so we should have those question marks. Now we got to use our order of operations. And 5 is greater than 4. Our left side satisfies that inequality, so x equals 2 is a solution. Okay, 5 is more than 4, so x equals 2 is a solution.